right, let me get situated here real quick. Man, I didn't even grab my coffee. I just ran over here and sat down real quick. So, all I'm going to do is I'm just going to run over the slate. There are quite a few things I actually want to say about some of these games. I have banners for them. I am going to go ahead and start off with the first play today. It starts in 45 minutes. It's in Austria. It just so happens to be my biggest play. I didn't want to talk about this one first, but time's going to make us do this. So 2 units on Reed minus 0.25, minus 122. 1.5 units on their team total plus 108. This actually didn't move overnight. A little bit surprised to see that Reed is honestly a very good price. They are much, much, much better than Hartberg. 3 games ago, actually in the last round of this cup, I actually tried to fade Reed. I took Klagenfurt. They got one shot the entire game. Reed dominated the entire pace of the game at home. Only gave up one shot that entire game. Actually, I didn't even think they had any shots on net. Reed completely dominated the game. So next game Reed played, first game back in Bundesliga play, took team total over 1.5, and actually we took them to win and both teams to score. Hit both of those play. Team total actually hit in 10 minutes. So hopefully you'll have the same result in this game. But in this cup match, Hartberg is kind of here by chance, in my opinion. Hartberg is not really a top flight team in Austria. They have scored 1 goal and given up 6 in their 3 league games back. Reed have scored over 1.5 goals, and I believe it's 6 of their last 7 home games. They're on a very nice run right now. They haven't even lost to Hartberg in the last 7 meetings dating back 3 years. If it's not broke, don't fix it. I've been riding Reed. Even last game, they played Klagenfurt again, actually. I laid off. We did hit them, to play on them live, actually. But I really like them in this spot. I could see this game ending 1-0 or ending 1-1. That is what does scare me a little bit because of how tight they played on defense in their last few games. The problem with Hartberg is that they are going to have to try to do their best to keep Reed off the board in the first half. If they don't, this game's probably over. Hartberg are not going to get very many shot attempts on net. At most, they should get 4. They're averaging about 3.25. So we'll see what happens in this game. I don't see Reed losing, especially at home. They have just been playing fantastic. They're definitely going to be a team to watch in Austria the next few weeks. So just keep your eye on that, guys. And then I'm going to go to the next one. So this is an interesting story. I woke up in the middle of the night. I thought about this like all day yesterday, and I decided I was just going to do it. I got up, looked for 3 hours for the best draw plays, and this looks crazy. And you know what? I'm going to do this every single day this week. I'm going to find 3 games, and I'm going to parlay draw on all 3 of these games. If you bet $50 on this play, that's like a $2,100 payout or something. I mean, that's ridiculous for 3 draws. Draws are very underpriced, and this is a perfect time to take draws because it's a cup day today. We have down there, we have Bilbao versus Valencia Draw. They've actually drawn 4 straight head-to-head meetings. Both of these teams are very well known for draws across the board. I think this is a great spot for a 1-1 or a 0-0 game today. I really like this. Germany, Hamburger versus Karlsruhe. These teams are basically just like almost identical to each other. They actually have drawn their last 2 meetings head-to-head as well. It's a cup game today. I think these games are going to be tight. And on the other end of the spectrum, I actually added a Serie B play. I love Serie B. It's one of my favorite leagues, and Pisa is one of my teams. But Crotone have kind of been thrown under the bus a little bit. They have not been playing well, but they've been getting beat up by good teams. And Pisa is a good team, but they have been struggling the last few weeks. And I don't think they're going to win this game. I think it's a great bounce back spot for Crotone. I'm not confident enough to play it for a full unit. I don't even know what the spread for this game is. But I think this game is in a draw. This is kind of my that's my piece. That's my loose screw right there is that Pisa Crotone draw. The other 2 I feel great about. I like this hamburger draw a lot. And Bilbao Valencia, I don't think very many of you guys would disagree with that. For plus 42.91, I think that's pretty solid. And so I'm going to do this. I'm going to risk 3.5 units this week doing this every single day. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully we can hit at least 2 or 3 of them this week. That would be fantastic. But anyways, let's keep it rolling here. And I guess I didn't add that one on here yet. Well, I'm going to have to copy and paste real quick so you guys can see the banner. But I am going back to Serie B, and I am taking Ascoli +1, -130. And I will be completely honest with you. I took all of these last night. These are the prices I got them at last night. I'm pretty sure this is -150 now. For one unit, I don't know if I'd even play that, to be completely honest. Maybe use it as a parlay piece or something. In the Juventus-Fiorentina game today, I actually have a play that you're not going to be able to play either, so maybe you just parlay these two together. But this is a really interesting spot for Ascoli today. They're too good to be given +1 ever, in my opinion. Playing Lecce on the road. Lecce, obviously, a very, very, very good team. But Ascoli should not let in 2 goals in this game regardless. They just shouldn't, and they're not. On average, they're only averaging 45% of their games. They're conceding over 1.5 goals on the road. But on the flip side of that, they're actually scoring over 1.5 in 54% of their games on the road. So there's a very good chance they score twice. It's actually a little bit tip of the scale on this one. So this is kind of interesting. I think they would probably draw this game. And if I didn't already play this, I probably would have used this as my draw instead of Crotone. And I really, really hope I didn't just screw that up and that actually happened, because I will be so pissed for calling that on here. But anyways, that's my one Serie B play. And now Copa Italia. This game is just – this is a fantastic spot. And I'm going to talk about this game for a few minutes because there's something very important going on in soccer right now, or football, wherever you're from, however you say it, whatever. And what's really, really interesting to me in this matchup is the fact that a lot of these teams have played so many games. They've been playing just ridiculous schedules. And I'll take out Italy here for a second. Let's go to Switzerland. Zurich is a team I play every single week. They play today. I'm not going anywhere near them because I watched them play 2 days ago. Or I guess it was 3 days ago. And before that, they played 3 days before that. Okay? So now they're playing again today against a team that also played 2 days ago. And then they have to play again in 3 days. So that's 3 games in 9 days. And these teams are really starting to get gassed. And it really kind of dawned on me yesterday that I really needed to start paying more attention to this. And that's why I'm not playing as many plays today, is because I watched Inter versus Milan yesterday. Inter looked like they were 70-year-old men on the pitch in the first half. Dzeko, Martinez, they looked visibly exhausted. And they played Milan. Milan also looked equally exhausted. 0-0 draw in that game. And the question to me on my mind is, were they just too tired to score goals? And that I actually have no idea about. But here's why I like both teams to score in this Juventus-Fiorentina game. Fiorentina haven't played in a week. Milan versus Inter yesterday, both of them played on the same day 3 days ago. And then they're both going to play again in 3 days. And then they're going to do it again 3 days later. Just like how I described Zurich in Switzerland. Same thing, right? Fiorentina, they haven't played in a week. They will play again in 3 days. So will Juve. And then they also have to prepare for Champions League. They have a lot of very important matches coming up, especially where they are in the standings as well. This is a very tough game for them because they're going to be very, very tired. And Fiorentina just had a week off. So they are definitely going to come out with an edge, especially in the first half. And the reason I do like both teams to score in this game, and I see this going differently than Milan versus Inter yesterday, is because neither of those teams scored. And so the other one didn't really necessarily have to push as hard, right? So here's my thinking here is that I think Fiorentina very well could go out and win this first half. In fact, they haven't lost the first half to Juve in, I believe, like 6 or 7 head-to-head meetings. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that's correct. And if that is the case, Juve are going to go out there and score in the second half. They're way too talented. They have guys that can come off the bench and score. But the question in my mind is there's a lot of defenders out for Juve today. I think this is a very good opportunity for Fiorentina to come out there and win that game, actually. I think the lines are priced very fairly, and I'm not going to pick a winner This game definitely could draw as well. This could be a 1-1, and that's why I'm taking both teams to score instead of the over 2.5. This actually grades out at 68%, which is higher than the over 2.5 as well. I think that's kind of important to note. And I also have over 2.5 cards for Fiorentina on there. That's minus like 165 now. So sorry, maybe you can parlay that with Ascali or something. But this play, over 2.5 cards for Fiorentina, has hit in all but one of their cup games in the last like 7 years. Like I pulled the splits the first round of the cup, and it's in the Discord. It's in my Discord chat, and I have like this separate page for it. Anyways, it's way back in the archives. So I can go up there. I pull the numbers for it. I need to do that actually today. I can't remember exactly what it is. I should have done it before the show. But they're just ridiculous. And I've been playing this every game, and it hasn't lost. They get a red card in almost every game. It's actually really impressive. It's hitting 6 straight head-to-head meetings. I mean, Juve probably don't get 3 cards in this game. I actually lean the under 5.5 cards, which is kind of weird, considering that I do really like Fiorentina cards. But, like, I mean, come on. This is a bread and butter play at this point. It's not broke. Don't fix it. This is hitting an over 55% for Juve and for Fiorentina. And cup games, like I said, it's hitting over like 99%. It's just absolutely ridiculous the last 7 years. So bonus play, actually remembering that chart, first half cards over for Fiorentina has only missed twice. It's only missed twice in that same stretch, however long it is. If anybody's listening from the Discord right now, tell me what that number is in the comments or text me. And anyways, so it's just a really interesting look. But the first half cards, it's only missing 2 games for them. But Juve is actually the exact opposite. They hit the over on cards in cup matches, but not in the first half. So kind of pick your poison on that one. I'm not going to play that. But if you want to take a swing, over 1.5 cards in the first half or even 2.5 cards, I don't know if that's even playable. The line was at 5.5 full game last night. I have not looked today to see what the cards are at. Didn't really have a good read on corners for this game, so I'm going to lay off. But let's run down this real quick. This is Austria, and this one starts in 30 minutes. This is Reed, minus 0.25, minus 122, Asian spread. So if they win the game, we win 2 units. If they draw the game, we lose 1 unit. If they score twice, we win 1.5 times 1.08, whatever that number is. I really like both of these plays. This is probably my favorite game on the entire board today. And then next this starts in an hour, exactly an hour from now. I think it's a hamburger leg that starts first. Hamburger, Karl Ruscher in Germany, Pokal Cup, draw. Spain, Copa del Rey, Bilbao versus Valencia, draw. Italy, Serie B, Pisa, Crotone, draw, half a unit, plus 42.91. I know that looks crazy, but go back to the beginning of the video and listen to what I said. Pretty good reason behind it. Copa Italia, 1.5 units. Fiorentina, over 2.5 cards. I got it minus 130. It's minus 165 now. Sorry, guys. 1.5 units. Both teams to score minus 120. And this is the other one that moved. This one only moved about 20 cents, but it's minus 150. I would just parlay it with Fiorentina over 2.5 cards. If you want to get rid of some of that juice, that's exactly what I would do. I would not play this for 1 unit at minus 150. I wouldn't do it. I would just play plus 0.75, or I'd throw this in a parlay. I think this is a fantastic leg. And like I said, I think they probably scored 2 goals today. So that's it. I'm keeping it short and sweet. Again, like I said, there's a lot of games that I really wanted to touch today that I just can't. I got to stay away from these games. I got to see what happens to some of these teams that are just overloaded. Zurich, Juve. A lot of these teams, I mean, they're just overloaded. I think I have a good angle on this Juve game. That's the only game I'm playing where I'm worried about overload. It's Juve, and it's because Fiorentina have fresh legs. That's why I'm playing this game, because I know they'll come out hot. So hopefully a little hot-headed too and catch that card bet. But anyways, boys, thanks for tuning in. I'll post this. I'll just post a card in a tweet underneath this, actually. Make it easy on everybody. So, all right, guys, thanks for tuning in.